Hey friends, welcome to the kitchen. Today we're going to be making a balm that you can use hands, body, whatever. And this is what it looks like. So I'm going to teach you how to make two different kinds. So we are going to be using a basic balm recipe. And in this balm, there is no water. It is beeswax, shea butter, coconut oil. And for some people, they get weird about coconut oil, whatever. If you don't like coconut oil, then add a different kind of oil. We're using the coconut oil though to infuse herbs into this recipe as well. So I made a basic recipe that I use for hand cream or whatever. I just keep it in my purse in one of these little tins. And then I made an herbal balm as well with calendula and plantain. If you like chamomile, that would be another good one to add, but really calming, soothing things to the skin are what I like to add in my herbal balms. What you need to know before we get started, okay? So a lot of people talk about how to make lotion. The one thing you need to know when you venture into this world of making your own lotions and skincare products is I would stick with the product, unless you know what you're doing, I would stick with a product that is an oil base. So when you add water to anything that is like a cream or a lotion, you run the risk of adding bacteria. And also, bacteria loves to grow in moist, people love that word, don't they? Moist areas, so hence the water. If you're gonna make a balm and you don't wanna have to worry about when you're gonna ditch it, how long is it good for, whatever, make something that doesn't have water in it, okay? And that's why I do this particular recipe. And like I said, it has beeswax, shea butter, coconut oil, that's it. And then if you wanna infuse herbs in there, like I have done, then add the, to the coconut oil, whatever herbs you want to infuse. Like I said, calendula, chamomile, plantain, something like that would be lovely. And another idea is if you don't like coconut oil, because there are a lot of people who are like, I'm allergic or this or that, whatever, you can substitute jojoba oil, sweet almond oil, like research different oils and see which one would be good for you, because there's also other options as well. But we're going to make this lotion with a bain-marie. I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second. And this is great for that winter time skin, you know what I'm talking about, where it's like your hands get so dry and chapped. So this is just one of my favorite DIY skincare recipes. Okay, what you're gonna need for this is we're going to need one of these. I prefer to use a glass dish for this because you can see what is happening in the dish and below it. We're gonna need a saucepan, okay? We are making a bain-marie. You can also use a double boiler. And when I was making a lot of lotions and stuff like that, I had my own little teeny tiny double boiler for this. They're not expensive, you can get one on Amazon, but we're doing this sort of deal. And actually, this bowl probably is too small, but you know what, my big bowl that I would probably put in here that would fit a little bit better, it ended up getting demolished. So this is what we have. We don't want to see through the bottom of the glass that bowl is resting in water. We actually want it to experience steam, not water. We're going to start with our first ingredient, and that is our beeswax. So beeswax, coconut oil, shea butter is the formula for the first recipe. And I have no idea where I got this recipe originally from, but the formula is 1 part wax, 2 parts oil, 3 parts shea butter. You could switch this out. You could use jojoba oil. You could use whatever oil you want, but I just use coconut oil. And you know what? Like, I get this huge thing at Costco and it's cheap, okay? So we're gonna need our bain-marie situation. This is beeswax. I'll go into that in a second. I have my coconut oil, shea butter, and I have 3 spoons here to dig everything out. We also need something to mix in our bain-marie with, and cute little containers like this. So one thing I will say is if you're making this for yourself at home, I don't know how much you want to worry about like sterilizing everything. I know people who sell things like this, sell salves and balms, and they usually like take an alcohol wipe and wipe these out. These are probably fine. I mean, like it's been in my cabinet for years, so I just wiped them out real quick. They should be fine. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna start out by weighing out our products. We need our handy dandy scale for this. And before y'all get on me about a scale, this is the handiest thing you can purchase, okay? I just started some ciabatta rolls for my son. They're gonna be ready in a couple hours because you know, they have to rise and everything. So I use it to make bread. I use it for anything like this. If I'm sending tea to somebody, I generally send 1 ounce. I weigh everything out. So having a kitchen scale is really handy. I will put a link in one of them I really like from Amazon below. They're not expensive. They're super cheap. We are going to zero this out. And I know it looks funny on the screen, but we want to make sure it's on ounces. And then we're going to start by measuring out our beeswax. So these are our ingredients. As you could tell, this is probably gonna make 1, maybe 2. I can't remember how big these are. I would say this is probably 1.5. That's okay, because I think what's important is to know how to do it, because if it's not very much, I can always, you know, make another batch in just a minute. Okay, so we have this starting to warm up. One of the big tricks is stir. Stir this quite a bit. Right now, the wax is just starting to melt. And one of the things I figured out with this recipe, the shea butter can be gritty, the wax can be hard to melt. We're just gonna exhibit some patience, okay? And you can see on the bottom, like this isn't boiling, I just put this on. I may put a little bit more water on the bottom too, because it looks like we have a little bit more space. But we're just gonna give it a second while everything melts. While that is melting, I wanna get my tins out. And you wanna put it on something like this, like a cookie sheet, because if you have to move it, like, I just don't have I have a shaky hand. So if I had to move it, it would be slightly catastrophic. Okay, and this is just starting to melt. When all of this has turned into a melty mess goodness, whatever you want to call it, we're going to let this continue low on the bain-marie for like 20 minutes. This is my secret because otherwise it can get gritty, and we don't want it to be gritty, we want it to be smooth. And this is more of what you would call a balm than a lotion, but potato. Things have almost melted. We're almost at the melty stage. Okay, it looks like this is entirely melted. So we're gonna go ahead and strain this. Here, let me show you my setup. So I have a jar. Now, because there's a lot of plant material in here, I estimate that we're probably gonna end up with 1/2 pint of oil, but that's just my estimation. We need a canning funnel, some type of a strainer, and over the top, we need some type of a tea towel. Okay, so let's go ahead and strain this. We're going to need, first of all, assume you're gonna make a mess. I'm gonna be using this spoon. Oh, okay. Oh shoot, and there's some coconut oil that's a little bit solid in here. That's okay. Now what I want you to do, once you get to this point where it looks like all the liquid has strained out, I kind of just push on the herbs because I want to get every little last bit. And so you can see some coconut oil here. That's okay. look at this lovely color. It's almost a green, and that's the plantain. And so don't freak out if your lotion turns out slightly with a green tinge. Again, that's the plantain. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing. Okay, and I have my thing going. Okay, it's 0.2. Okay, and I'm still gonna use the same ratios, 1, 2, 3, because I know that that yields me 2 containers if it's just for myself, and then I'll save this liquid for whenever. Okay, so we want 2 ounces of this, and then 3 ounces of the shea butter. Okay. And if you're making these for friends, I would use gloves because that's the courteous thing to do. Like, we want to use good hygiene practices, especially if we're giving this to other people. Since I'm using it for me, I'm a little bit more lax. Okay, and I may end up using the rest of my shea butter. So we're just gonna put this back on our bain-marie. Okay, 2 things I'm noticing. 1, the water level was up here. That's okay, it's not a tragedy. It will burn off pretty quickly anyway. 2, everything is melted, and so I'm gonna go ahead and set the timer for probably 15 minutes because I was talking for a bit. And we're just gonna let this go low and slow, and make sure your stove is not above 3 on this, okay? So you could even turn it down a little bit. And we're just gonna let this go low and slow until the timer goes off, and then we're gonna spoon it into our containers. Okay, same process. We're putting this on our bain-marie. I have it at about 3. We're just gonna wait for everything to melt. In the meantime, let's look and see what our first batch is doing. Okay, so these are starting to cool nicely and set up. Look how pretty that is. Like, the OCD in me really enjoys seeing it look so perfect. So we have 2, and they are plumb to the top. They're just at the very top. So I have 3 of these guys set up. If I use the same measurements I did last time, I will only need 2. So I'll take one of these away. Here's our mixture. And again, it's on 3.5, 4. I'm just waiting for it to melt, so it's gonna take a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and just start spooning this out. Remember, this glass is gonna be really hot, and this metal is gonna get really hot too, because this is still warm. And actually, I think I'm just at the top for both of them. I just wanted to show you, this is what our original hand lotion looks like. And this, it's still warm, but this is what the one with the herbs looks like. It's a little bit more yellowy, a little bit more greenish. These finish up with this beautiful shine on top. And what I would do, like if there's any drips like this one, I would just go ahead and wipe the outside of the container and put a lid on it, and put a, you could put a homemade label on there and explain what it is. So this is my hand lotion. I usually make this a couple times a year, most of the time in the winter. And I find that it is so nourishing and moisturizing for me. So if you're on the lookout for something that's gonna work for your level of dry skin and also sensitive skin, you may wanna give this a shot. But if there's something else that works for you, another recipe that you like, in the comments down below, let me know what that is. I'd love to know. All right, friends, make sure to subscribe and share with a friend who you think needs to know how to make this, and I'll see you in my next video.